Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the UndeadGamingCast. I am your host for the evening. I am Mr. SingularityJosh. I am joined by my co-host, Mr. Naz Dragonheart. How are we doing?
I'm alright, my friend. I'm alright.
Rob is also here.
He is! He's in fine form. Look at him. He's absolutely fine fettle.
No, so unfortunately tonight Rob couldn't make it. He has work commitments, and therefore I have said that I will take the show. I did actually message our group earlier, just saying, you know, we'll have a laugh, and I'm gonna just badly Photoshop you. And he was just like, yeah, man.
He was fine with it.
He was like, yeah, sure, man, whatever. Not actually thinking I was gonna do it, but I made a point of doing it. So I hope you enjoyed that, Rob. Enjoy that, mate. So, and if anybody's listening to the podcast version on iTunes, go check it out on YouTube, youtube.com/TheUndeadGamer, and you'll find it on here. This, my friends, is episode 17 of the Undead Gaming Cast. This is our post E3 show. If you've not joined the podcast before, then welcome. This is a podcast where 3 or 4 of us get around. We talk about the games, the industry, video games, nerdy stuff, and things like that. So, without further ado, may I introduce you to Mr. Naz? How are you doing, sir?
I'm alright. I mean, we've done the intro wrong. I mean, Rob's rolling over in his
I don't care.
because
it's Singularity Josh
he does it in such a way, he enunciates, really. It's all about the podcast and things, and we get into it, and it's great. We're going to recap the E3. It's going to be awesome. That's kind of Rob's style.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but this
I'm off the podcast.
Yeah,
yes!
but I'm
enjoyed my last episode.
But Naz, I'm the host tonight. So fuck Rob, because he can't be here.
Yeah, do it our own way.
Rob is
for free when you get us too.
Rob is a professional lesbian. Sorry, thespian. Thespian. He's an actor. So his job takes him all over the length and breadth of the country, and unfortunately, he is nowhere near the interwebs.
Yes. So we wish him the best, and we will continue this podcast on in his stead.
So, for those of you who don't know the rundown of the show, we introduce everybody and our guests. Unfortunately, I'm just joined by Naz tonight, which is nice.
It's a two-man boat today.
It's a two-man boat today. I'm joined by Naz, and then we do a kind of what have we been playing, and then we jump into the main topic or topics for the evening, which we're sort of doing two. We're going to tack on our Steam sale pickups, because that was just onto our what's been playing, and then we will move and jump right into our post E3 analysis, and then we'll wrap it up and say goodnight to you. Pretty much that's generally how it goes, right?
That's about right.
I
mean, I've got no complaints there. That sounds like a podcast. Sounds like what we do once a month.
Once a month, if we're on time. So, without further ado, Naz, what have you been playing, sir?
Oh, what have I been playing? It's unfortunate Rob's not here today, because, of course, the main thing I've been playing in the past couple of days is The Witcher 3.
Right, well, thank fucking God Rob's not here, because you've said that.
I know, right? Because I'm going to slag it off.
No, because normally the podcast's about 2 hours long. And if you mention the words The Witcher 3 in that order, then Rob will talk for about 2 hours. And then we have to do the podcast after that. So, how you finding it? What's going on? Where are you at with it?
I'm very, very early stage. I picked up in the PlayStation sale for about 17 quid with all the DLC.
That's good. That's a good price for the game.
Really, that's a good price. It's a good price for a big old game. It's a big old game. I really like it. I think it's really good. Problem I've got is I played Breath of the Wild first, so there are some things that are extra about it, because I'm at the point where complicated games are a bit much for me. That's not a complicated game, The Witcher. It's not massively.
It's fairly in depth through all the crafting and stuff, though. I thought, when I was sort of having a go at it and trying to get myself into it, I thought the systems were really in depth. I thought it was very classic RPG.
Oh, it's very classic.
In terms of the menu layouts and kind of how it all sort of fits together.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those games where it's. I've just gone to an area where all the question marks in the world just plonked on the screen. I'm like, that's a lot of stuff I need to look at there.
But that being said, actually, lots of those quests don't take too long to do.
Oh yeah, none of it takes too long to do. I'm just finding my feet in the world.
So are you sort of in that first? You in that first area, then you're So you
just after the first area, I forget the name. Velen sounds familiar. It sounds like something I should be saying.
So have you done all the Griffin plot, which is kind of like the opening?
Yeah. It's like just after the Griffin plot.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. So, so I've played that much. So we're totally up to speed with. I did actually. I think I went into that next area after I did everything in that first area where like the Griffin is. Found all of the places of power.
You can get lost in that first area like really easy.
Really
There's so much nice stuff to do and see.
Did you find the the castle? Like, did you do the quest with the battlefield and like the Nilfgaardian soldier and like the brother who goes missing or whatever?
Yes.
So like if you kind of come down from there, like I always seem to come past it for some reason. There's like a castle. It's got a bunch of bandits in it. Like, did you did you go and explore in there? Because like there's a piece of that Witcher gear Viper school or whatever it is in there.
I think it did.
Which is kind of cool.
There's a few of those knocking about. There's like I got a few things for the Griffin school and a couple of quests for other different schools of the Witcher. Yeah, but I'm really enjoying it. It's going to take me a long ass time though. Really long ass time.
It's a long game. I think it's like 200 plus hours or something.
Yeah, and there's
most of the stuff.
There's certain ways I'm approaching combat where it's a bit annoying. I'm trying to be like classy and all the rest of it, but like a werewolf may turn up sometimes and just fuck me up. I'm like, right, what am I missing from this fight? That will make it easier.
One of the last bosses that I fought actually, kind of before I sort of packed it in, was a werewolf actually.
Yeah, it's just a random level 9 werewolf. Or 7. I think the thing I like most about it is like the XP comes from the quests, not the killing of monsters.
Yeah, like so. There's not really much like.
It's very MMO.
Yeah,
very MMO like that, and I appreciate that a lot. Because you can go, yeah, I don't feel like killing that werewolf. I'll just go do a couple of quests.
I'll go do something else
to mess him up. Yeah.
See, the other thing I found with it as well is that, like sometimes, like especially in that area, like I remember getting there and I was like, "Fuck it, right? Before I do any of the main quests, I'm just gonna swan about. I'm gonna do all these like side missions. I'm not coming back again. Fuck this." So I went off, like, and there's a point literally just to the left. It's like a little treasure point or something, and there is just some big, monstrous, horrific ghoul there that is like 15 levels my senior, and I'm just like, oh. So like, everything, not everything is scaled to your level. Like some, there are things that you're meant to sort of come back to in the later, the later game. I guess it keeps the areas fresh, but then again, like it's a bit annoying that if you do everything else and then you've got one level 15 ghoul or whatever that you can't kill because
I'm just trying to stick to like the level quests. So like, that's a couple of level 6 quests. I'll do those, and just trying to eat away at the areas. Yeah. So I'm not trying to stray too far and go, oh, what's that over there? I don't think that's how you play The Witcher. I don't think it's very much a case of I'm just going to go climb that mountain, or I'm going to go over that stream, see what's over there, or I'm going to follow that arrow. It's very much like The Witcher himself. I've got a job, I'll do the job, I'm going to go do another job, I'm going to go do that. And that comes across in the way he talks to the people and the way you roleplay Geralt as a character. Because at the end of the day, he's a man who's got a job. And that's the whole game, really.
That's very much the way that he comes across in the book
job
as well. Like, he's very matter of fact in the book. Like he's not a bad person. He'll help people if he can help them, but like he'll never do anything for free.
No, absolutely not.
He'll just be like, "Yo,
if you're good at something, why would give it away for free?"
Well, I mean, the thing is there's so few witches in the world.
Yeah,
like that. And they're really the only people that can kill all these horrible things that come out of night and pest the farmers and destroy their crops and do all those sorts of things. Like, they're the only things that can really push back against that. So, there's like...
Yeah.
I can't remember if it's in the book or if it's in the game where they're like... Oh, no, it's in the game. It's like the very first place that they talk to and they're like, oh, like my whole village, like, put up some gold. We went around and gathered the gold to get rid of like a ghoul or like a witch or something a few years back, like, so that kind of really does a really good job of like setting the world, I thought.
Yeah, absolutely. You are not a guy who is a Witcher. You are the Witcher Geralt of Riviera. That's who you are, and I think that's great.
I mean, you can obviously still play nicey nice and not take money off people for doing.
You can, but
I just don't think that really befits.
Geralt do? What would benefit Geralt? What would he do? Yeah. It gives you that scope to do that.
That's how I play it. It's WWGD. What will Geralt do?
Yep, absolutely.
Pretty much.
So yeah, I've been playing that. I also one of these Steam pickups was Civilization 6, which I've got on my feet just a little bit wet with, and I think that's an amazing game.
How are you finding that? I like the idea of Civ. I played like Civ Revolutions back on the 360. I've played Civ 5 on the computer, but it is just infinitely more mechanically complex, and I just cannot get my fucking head around it to save my life. I really like the idea of the game. I like the way it's laid out. I like the way it looks.
Yeah.
But do you think I could fucking play it? Absolutely not.
I think it kind of sits in a very like medium in between the two. There's like a lot of different mechanics in 6.
Yeah.
And different ways of playing that game and building yourself up. And it's very much like there's districts and stuff now as well, which I haven't quite bent my head around to try and understand yet. But I really like it. There's a lot of very clever stuff going on with it. And it's just sort of like just slowly tickling the button in my head for like 4X games, because like I don't play too many of them. I play XCOM, Civilization. I've played a bit of Stellaris. So those are kind of really
Stellaris, but I've not played it yet.
It's good. It's good. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun making atrocities with the like alien races, whether they be physical atrocities or like complete monsters, like morally. It's a really fun game. I've had a good couple of laughs with that. But yeah, I've only really been getting my feet wet with a lot of the Steam purchases I've been making. So I've played a little bit of Civilization 6. I've played a little bit of Lightning Returns, the third Final Fantasy 13 game, which feels infinitely better than the first one, which I hate.
Well, so I watched you play some of that game, and I was like, all right.
Yeah.
I was like, how the fuck do you understand what's going on? You were like, I don't. I just click buttons and things work.
Don't need to think about it. Just click the buttons.
That game works.
Just click the buttons. But yeah, in 13.3, whatever you want to call it, you play one character in a kind of quite fun, dynamic battle system where you're using the face buttons for various commands. So you got like your magic, various bits assigned to different bits, or like you can have attack there or whatever. You can like slowly move about the arena.
Sure. So
it's kind of like it's a bit more dynamic like that. It's not as good as say Kingdom Hearts. Like that's a dynamic battle system.
Well, I always just think that Kingdom Hearts is just like, you know, when I play like those kinds of games, those Final Fantasy kind of games, like Kingdom Hearts to me is the benchmark of the game that I want to be playing with those characters.
Yeah.
Like I'm not particularly super duper into turn-based combat. Like I always think it seems really strange, the idea of like
to stop and wait.
You'd politely wait for a monster to batter you.
Yeah.
I need to turn my alert sounds off.
It's kind of like it's like a fun kind of battle system in there, but it's, again, I've been just getting my feet wet with it. The thing that's annoying me a bit with it is the quest system. It feels all. In fact, the game itself feels a little bit woolly, a little bit rough, a little bit like
thin around the edges.
Just sort of not as descriptive as it could be in delivering its quests. Like you'll get a quest like Breath of the Wild, and it's got like a big block of text that says, you know, like a bit of flavour in there, but also very descriptive of what you should be looking for or be doing. And you'll get like guides to those things as well. You don't get that with 13.3, so it's kind of. I'm not sure whether it's just me being spoiled by like the way modern games work. Like you're very much guided these days to the kind of ways you fill out quests and stuff.
Well, I think to be honest, like it just depends on the games. Like I know that my two main plays this month have been, you know, like I'm listening to a podcast about them, and it's literally just like I think I've been thorough. And like I'm listening to this podcast, like NPC here, NPC here, NPC here, questline there, and there, and I've gone, oh, fuck. Like, shit, really? Did I miss all of that? Like, I thought I was being thorough. Like, I thought I was doing really well. No.
Well, do you want to roll into the ones that you've been playing then, so we can give the viewers a little flavour of what's been going on?
So yeah, like the main two games I've been playing Bloodborne and I've been playing Dark Souls 3.
Hooray!
And
I've got
to say, I am absolutely in fucking love. I'm absolutely
with
in
both of them.
Love. Like with both of them, especially with Dark Souls.
Oh, really? Dark Souls.
I love.
That's amazing.
Don't get me wrong. I love Bloodborne.
Oh no, I don't doubt that at all. But I figured
Bloodborne.
you'd be more into the gothic horror of Bloodborne, as opposed
I
to
need
the
to.
dark fantasy.
I'm
maybe.
really sorry about to. I'm gonna say apologies to Robin Post here because my alert sounds keep on coming through. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Occasionally you just hear, "Can I get a waffle?"
Content.
It's like, "Can I get a waffle?" Like, I'm sorry, Rob. I'm sorry. No, I do love Bloodborne. I love the setting. I love the way that it feels.
Yeah.
I've got a few little niggles with Bloodborne that I don't necessarily have with Dark Souls, but like they're kind of, the merits of one are not necessarily the merits of the other, as it were.
Yeah, it's
like, for
very
example,
much a flavour thing.
My big gripe with Bloodborne is the consumable side to the health potions. I think it's a taste thing.
It's
a taste thing, but I don't like what I like about like Dark Souls is going right. Okay, well, like I play like you've seen my character on Dark Souls. Like I play like a really dex heavy kind of twin sword wielding character. I don't parry at all. I don't know how to parry. It's all the dodge.
I've just got into parrying for doing Dark Souls 1.
Apparently it's much easier in 1.
Yeah. It's so much easier because they telegraph attack so easily. So you're like, I'm ready, boys. I'm ready.
Yeah, so it's just a timing thing. Like I did try to parry like once I started my character originally, but then
I saw you doing some parrying when you were fighting Pontiff Sorvin.
I had a go. I think because somebody was just like, there was a guy in the chat just going.
There was a guy just hammering parry.
Just parry him, bro. Get good. And I was like,
don't say get good. It's awful.
Okay. I was like, I tell you what, but like, I did try it there, but I didn't actually parry. I don't think I ever once managed to parry him. And then I thought, fuck this, you know what, bollocks. And I turned on those twin swords, and those twin swords are just beautiful. They're just glorious.
Yeah.
And ever since then, I've been wrecking shop, and I killed Pontiff with those twin swords. I didn't parry him once, just dodged around him.
Nice.
Either way, but like that was what I really enjoyed. Kind of getting back to my point, whereas like in Bloodborne, you do like 3 runs at a boss, and then you go, fuck right, let's go back to Central Yharnam and like do my health potion, my blood vial run. Go pick back up your health potions again. Go back to your boss, get your ass kicked another 3 times. Go back to Central Yharnam, and then go do your blood vial run again, and then back to the boss, and then you might crack it. But with Dark Souls, you go, okay, well, I've got my 10 Estus flasks. My 10 Estus flasks will always come back when I respawn. So I'm going to try my bleed swords this time. I'm going to just dodge. Yeah. Okay, now I'm going to try my spear now, because the twin swords just aren't working for me. I'm going to try parry the guy now, just to see if I can do it.
You're very much a gamer who favours a checkpoint system, because that's essentially what that is. You go visit a checkpoint, you get replenished, and then you go off into the next quagmire.
Well, I mean, I'm not necessarily even somebody who favours checkpoints necessarily, like, because I do like.
I'm just saying, if you quite enjoy the way you're explaining that
and stuff, but like just in that particular setting of a game, in that kind of like boss run, boss fight, run, boss fight kind of game, that is the mechanic I do prefer. Just because then it just means that I could, I cracked Pontiff for 3 hours over the head in one night.
Christ,
like just trying to get him down.
Yeah.
But like and that's fine, and I got him eventually, and it was great when I killed him.
Oh yeah.
It was awesome when I killed him.
Always feels good getting a boss.
And I'd imagine killing him next time will be really easy. On my NG. On my NG Plus, like, because now I know the speed of the battle. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because he won't get harder in New Game Plus.
Well, he'll just get more health or more damage resist or whatever he gets.
Sure.
So, it's fine. Sure. Like, but, at one point, like... well, I mean, I don't know if the bosses do change, but, like... like, I did have my dodge game. At one point, my dodge game was down, and, nobody was even... he wasn't even touching me at one point, just because I knew exactly when to roll and stuff. But either way, so I'm kind of towards the back end of Bloodborne, I think. And I've got...
Who's the last boss you fought?
Mikolash.
Yeah, you'd be hitting the back end now.
I did Mikolash last night, and I must say, out of both of the games, that is the coolest boss fight I've had.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a difficult fight by any stretch of the imagination. It's not the hardest fight I've ever had, but it's certainly the coolest in the way that it's set out. I fucking love that fight.
Yeah, it's a really good fight. Really good fight.
Just literally like chasing him around.
The chat's wondering what you're drinking, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
As I can't see you.
it is Brewdog Punk IPA.
It is the Punk IPA.
I love me a bottle of Punk IPA. It's my favourite.
I've got to have a bit of Brewdog.
I do. I love Brewdog. It's my favourite. But yeah, no. Somebody did rightly spot that in the chat there. So well done, you. But yeah, no. So I just thought Mikolash was a super cool idea for a fight. It wasn't a hard fight, but like,
yeah.
I think I cracked my head on it for about 3/4 of an hour. But most of that was just spent running around trying to find him initially. Yeah,
there's a pattern. There's a pattern to where he runs. And you just
also
once you crack it, you got him.
And then like jumping back to get my blood vials. Basically, that was what took the majority of the time. I think I only fought him about. I think I only had about 6 runs at it or something. Maybe not even that.
Yeah.
But what the fuck?
That's just the outside.
Just kids outside.
Hello, small children.
Hello, small children.
In a bit.
But yeah, no, and then
he's on the inside.
And then I think I've got like 3 bosses left on Dark Souls now as well. So I'm coming up to the end of both of those games now.
Yeah.
Because I just did.
I mean, is there a quest line or something like that these podcasts are making us do? They're getting, I wish I'd done that. Because I wish I'd done in Dark Souls 3 the whole of the Henri stuff. Because that looks
is
like
Henri
fun.
The Firekeeper?
No, Henri is the lady. She walks around with like a bodyguard. You meet them in the woods.
Oh yeah, sure, yeah. I know what you mean.
And you can end up like getting.
But yeah, and if you play as a male character, she's female, and if you play as a female character, he's male.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. Henri's cool. I like Henri. It's they're like a blue sentinel or a Dark Moon Blade or whatever. Dark Moon Blade, I think.
A blue sentinels. Dark Moon Blade would be Priscilla's faction.
I think she is Dark Moon. I don't know. I can't remember.
She's Blue Sentinels.
Is she a Blue Sentinel? She does make...
Dark Moon Blades are Priscilla when you're just about to hit Anolondo.
Yeah, I did pick that up. I did pick that.
Oh, a little bit of Dark Souls chat.
Well, I mean, I haven't played the first... I haven't played the first 2, so much of this game is just lost on me, really, in terms of like a lore perspective, because it's like...
Well, a lot of lore is just on the items. You just read the item descriptions.
Well, that's it.
Okay.
So that's the thing that I didn't realise for ages and ages and ages.
Yeah.
And the
like, you must have missed out on so much lore about probably the Pontiff and
there's loads about Aldrich.
Aldrich, that's the boy.
So
Aldrich,
but like the fact that like
fucking evil bastard.
And guys, just to warn you, there is going to be a pretty severe Dark Souls 3 spoiler here, but it has been out for a year, so just cover your ears if you don't want to hear it.
If you haven't beat it by now.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that he fights, like, when you go and fight Aldrich, like, the fact that he uses, like, is it, like, Guinevere or Gwent is, like his body, the top half of him is, like, the god that he is devouring. Like, he is the sludge, and he's using the top half as, like,
there's a couple of other people in there as well.
That's apparently, like, Gwyn or Guinevere or whoever it is. And,
there's stuff with Gwyn later on. I don't want to spoil it right now, but there is some stuff with Gwyn later on.
But yeah, and that's who that is, and Aldrich is actually just the sludge. Because I remember like thinking at the start of the game, and it's like Aldrich, the Saint of the Deep or whatever, and it's just like sludge coming out of the coffin in the opening cutscene. And then I remember fighting him and thinking, why does he have a top body? Why didn't he show us that in the opening cutscene? And that's why. But it didn't make any sense to me because I've not played Dark Souls 1.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've now bought Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 2, and I'm going to...
You spent the £20 to buy Dark Souls 1?
With Prepare to Die edition, yeah, I did.
You're going to have a good time.
I did, and then I got Dark Souls 2 through my Humble Bundle monthly this month.
Yeah, that was a good game to get.
So I've got Scholar of the First Sin, so I've got them all with all the DLC. So which is great, and then I've also got the Old Hunters as well for Bloodborne. So I've got all of the.
You got the complete package for that. Good.
Yeah, so I've got all of the From Software kind of bunch on this kind of generation that I can get out. I mean, I've never played Demon Souls, but I don't know what platform you can get that on.
PlayStation 3, that's it.
Okay.
That's it.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
I mean, I might be able to, I wonder if they do it on PlayStation Now or whatever it's called, that like streaming service.
Ooh, they might.
Because I mean, that might be a shout to go back and just play Demon Souls.
I don't remember, but they might.
It might be worth a look. But
getting it for free 1 month on PS Plus.
Oh, but that was good.
that was a nice week.
Mm.
That was a really nice week. At this free game, cool. I'm in for it. Deal.
But it's like, is it like a bunch of disconjointed stories, Demon Souls? Like, I don't quite know, because like when I listen to this thing, like the podcast I'm listening to is called Bonfireside Chat. I don't know if you've heard it. It's great.
Heard of it, yeah.
But they always refer to like the Demon Soul things as like 1, 1, 2, 3. Do you know what I mean? It's like World 1, 1, World 2, 3, or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like
it's like that.
It's not
you
like
get like
Analondo or Central Yarnum or
no. You get like a central thing. It's like Mario. You jumping into like different worlds and stuff.
So is it a continual story, or is it just like a series of?
I believe it's a continual story. It's been ages since I've done any of that because Dark Souls has such a strong narrative throughout.
Yeah,
like it really captured the imagination. There's an overarching theme I remember. I mean, a certain the chat will sort me out if they've ever played Demon Souls, but I remember there's just like an overarching theme, and then like everything's sort of like, okay, there's this bit that's happening here, and there's this bit that's happening here, and so on and so forth.
But yeah, sorry, and yeah, just jumping back to a question that you asked me about a storyline in Dark Souls that I know I missed that I want to play.
Yeah.
I would quite like to like actually do the Onion Bro.
How did you beat Yorm?
With the big sword.
Right, so you didn't get Onion Bro there then?
No, what? My Onion Bro died.
Yeah.
Because like in that first instant, basically like I'd played the game on an initial stream to start with. And then basically I hadn't realised that him and Patches were two different people because they wore the same armour and I just hadn't realised.
Oh.
And so I was like, he fucks me up in a bit. Fuck this guy.
Yeah.
He can fight this demon for me. And so I just left him to fight the demon and then he died. I ran and then finished up the demon.
Yeah.
Thinking, oh well, whatever, like whatever, and then later
yeah,
on,
so he died for you at the first hurdle.
Yeah, literally. So like, I want to go back and I want to, trigger the thing and go grab Patches, and then basically that means by having the Onion Bro and having Patches that early on, it also means that I can like finish Grey Rat's storyline all the way to the back rather than losing him in wherever you lose him first, Irothil. We should get him to go like one further than that.
Yeah.
But I'd like to finish Grey Rats, so by extension, I'd like to finish the Onion Knights thing. Sorry.
Yeah, the Onion Knights really nice.
But yeah, I thought that'd be a good one.
Yeah.
But yeah, so do we want to move on to Steam sales stuff?
Let's get into whatever's left of it because I've pretty much covered the ones. I've still got off my mind a couple of others.
So what did you grab then?
Civilization 6
Yep.
and Lightning Returns.
Right.
And oh Christ, I got Rauken. I got Rakuen or whatever it's called. The game with the lady who did the music for To the Moon.
Oh right, okay.
She made a game.
Oh,
it was
sweet.
half price.
Sweet.
It's amazing. It's God. Got to finish that at some point.
Sweet.
It's really good. Really, it's like a simple RPG Maker game.
Okay.
But you don't really fight in it. It's more like you go around and you like.
It's kind of like more puzzly then.
Yeah, a bit more puzzly. Like you take an item to a person and they sort out the thing. But the twist on it is you're a kid who's in hospital.
Sure. Okay.
But also there's the world of Rakuen, which you jump into. And
so is
like
it kind of like a place
worlds
that you go when you're sort of like sleepy or fucked up on meds or whatever?
It's just when your mom turns up, it turns out.
Right, okay.
I'm pretty certain like the kid has something terminal wrong with him or something like that.
Sure.
And he's like being told like stories of like him being the hero in Rakuen and also helping people out in the hospital.
Sure.
That's how I am feeling it is at the minute.
Okay.
But it's like really touching stuff. Some of the
I was going
stories
to say,
in
that
there,
sounds unbelievably sad.
yeah, it's unbelievably sad, but also like really touching in the right ways at the same time. Like there's a couple in there, and the lady's in a coma, and then you get to hear about the story about how like one of them's Korean, one of them Japanese, like the cultural bigotry that goes on between the two of them being together. That's it, and it's just that. And it's really touching, like how like love can bridge those gaps and things like that. That sounds
good,
man.
Really
good. Really good. Oh god, I completely forgot about that. That's really sad.
Like, have you sunk much into that then?
Yeah. Something good. 8 hours into it so far.
I just totally forgot about it. There you go.
Just totally forgot about it because I've got The Witcher 3 and Civilization 6 and Final Fantasy 13.
I'll tell you what I did actually, just one more that I did actually play that I forgot. And I've not played much. I played about 3 or 4 hours of it, but I had a great stream on Sunday. Really good stream on Sunday. Was Alien Isolation.
That's a really good game.
Great.
It's a really good game.
I've literally just got...
but...
I'm not too far away from the point where like the alien first appears. But I've just been killed for the first time by the alien.
When that thing comes down... Oh boy.
Yeah, it's pretty scary, right? You're like hiding into the table and then it like wiggles its tail and you go, oh my god, no thank you.
No, none of that.
No thank you,
the number of times in that game, because I've only played it for a couple of hours, but the number of times you see like a flash of tail go past that, oh god.
And the androids are creepy as a motherfucker.
Oh god, they are.
They're terrifying.
What's their deal?
I know, right? Fucking...
God,
no wonder your spaceship's decommissioned. Fuck that noise.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Yeah, so that's kind of what I've been playing.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Did you pick up much in the Steam
Oh my god, Naz, so much. Oh my god.
Because I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to go get that because I knew I'd forget stuff like I have done.
Well, I'm new to I'm new to the PC kind of world, as it were.
Oh god, so you had a whale of a time.
I had a great time, dude.
First Steam sale was always the best.
So
all these games.
So my list, I'm just like literally on my Steam right now. So I picked up Batman Arkham Origins, Batman Arkham Knight.
Right.
What else did we get? We got we got the first Dark Souls game. We got the second Dark Souls game. One of my viewers bought me Dead Cells.
Oh, lovely.
I've not played it yet. I picked up Elite Dangerous 2. Another one of my viewers bought me Elite Euro Truck Simulator.
You got some nice viewers.
I got some lovely viewers.
There's some nice people.
My community is, honest to God, it's the best on Twitch. I love them. I picked up Kerbal Space Program.
Cool.
I picked up Left 4 Dead 2, which is £1.50, by the way.
Yeah, it's mad.
I picked up the Marvel Ultimate Alliance games. Both of them. I picked up No Man's Sky. I picked up Ori and the Blind... Well, you know I like that game. Like, I know Rob would probably be like ripping the piss out of me right now, but I actually quite like the game for what it is, which is just a really chill experience. Really nice. Like, I bet it looks pretty decent. I bet it looks good on the computer as well.
Yeah.
Then I picked... then I think another viewer bought me Ori, or did I buy Ori? I can't remember.
No, that's a really nice game.
Yeah, Ori's cool. It's chilled but unchilled.
Yeah. It's got a beautiful art style, but it's hard.
Yeah, I got Salt and Sanctuary. Nice. I think we're kind of coming to the back end of it now.
All right.
And I picked up both of the Wolfenstein games as well, New Order and the Old Blood.
Nice.
So I've had a little
run there.
I've had a decent Steam sale.
Yeah.
Really I'll tell you what. The other one I picked up was The Long Dark as well.
Oh right. That's
survival title.
Yeah,
I like me a survival game. I really like a survival game. Keen on them.
You do you.
As the have you not heard good things about that, or are you just not into survival?
No. I've heard fine things about it. It just
doesn't.
This is not something that was on my radar.
Just doesn't do it for you. I'll let you know. I'll let you know.
I just saw it. It was like, that looks like a nice looking game. Moving on. That was it.
Thanks very much. It's not for me.
It's a no from me.
That's a no from me, sir.
No from me, sir. But you carry on your day. I hope you do the best.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's it then. That's literally me. That was my Steam sale. Yeah, well, my community's been really nice. They bought me some really nice things. So there's some toys to play with. Oh, and I also picked up Alien Isolation as well, but I've already talked about that. So I got that with all the DLC for about £6.
Oh,
which is bananas. And I think in the DLC you actually get to play as Ripley proper, not like a
there's
Ripley.
a little
you actually
side
get to play as like Ripley.
Yeah,
I'm guessing that's like on the Nostromo, so it's like the first.
Yeah,
I guess it's actually like Alien, as in like the film.
Yeah, I imagine.
I don't know.
I remember it being like a big thing, like a pre-order thing.
It'd be cool though. But I mean, and there's like challenge maps on it and stuff as well, which I'm guessing is like the alien is chasing you escape.
You do these certain conditions, yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
So that rounds out that part of the show. Do we want to take our customary couple of minute break, or do we want to power on?
I'm ready to power on, mate. I'll be honest.
You want to power on? No worries.
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling the energy levels are high.
The energy levels. I mean, to be honest, this podcast is going to be short because, like, generally speaking, there's obviously like.
I don't think it will. We've already done half an hour on just the two of us.
Yeah, I know, but that's pretty regular for what we're playing, if I'm honest.
Yeah,
like you know,
it's busy. It's a busy month for games.
Yeah, I guess. So we'll see how this pans out, but I mean, at least we've got that sorted, and we'll see kind of what happens with it. Either way, right. So moving on, guys. We're going to talk about E3. We're going to talk about kind of what's going on with E3, kind of our hots and nots, our games of the show, generally our thoughts and feels, and then obviously maybe like a little bit of post E3 news that, you know, some latecomers to the party, or, you know, I'm pretty sure there was like a Nintendo conference just before E3 as well, or, you know what I mean, like little things like that, you know, like some people like drop conferences like just before E3.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like little things like that. So we're going to try and like bundle that up all nicely for you into one kind of manageable package. So I guess
manageable lump of good stuff.
I guess we'll start with overall thoughts of E3. Like, what did we think? Like, who was strong, who was not?
It was a dull show.
Yeah.
It was just... It happened.
Yeah, I mean, I don't...
I've got nothing bad or good to say about it. It's just... It was a thing that happened.
Yeah,
it was okay.
Like, you know, it was fairly dull as far as E3 goes. I mean, the thing that struck me about E3 this year was like kind of reading on my roundups and like listening to like my podcast, which is like the primary way that I get my gaming news.
Yeah.
Didn't seem to be a lot of new shit going on.
No.
Like it was new shit, but it was new shit of the shit that we already knew about.
It's stuff you were told last year.
Like we knew that we were getting God of War. We knew that we were getting, you know, we knew that we were getting Crackdown 3. We knew this, we knew that. You know what I mean? Like these are things that we knew. Do you know what I mean? Like, or things that we just sort of taken for granted as like a gaming community.
As like so, a given.
I didn't really think, you know, kind of like the most, you know, it was like, you know, we saw more Mario Odyssey, for example.
Yeah.
We knew Mario Odyssey was a thing, but we saw more of it.
I'll be honest with you. Watching the various treehouse things they were doing and things like that with them, I was kind of glad that they did all that, like, a wave. Like, they kept their conference like a tight 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But, like, seeing the additional stuff and seeing people talk through it, got me more excited for the game, to see actually people playing it, and it's like a big playable build that people could do on the show floor.
Yeah, so...
I was looking at it going, I'm jealous of you people there.
Just on a quick tangent, then. Just on a quick tangent, what did you think about E3 opening its doors to the public this year?
It's okay. I don't see an issue with it. My worry is if it starts going down the Comic-Con route.
I mean, this is sort of this is kind of half of my concern with it. Like, you know, you've got people waiting hours and hours and hours and hours in like line. Like, apparently, like from, you know, I heard from like I listened to lots of Kind of Funny. They were saying that like it was just a bit of a nightmare getting in because like the crowd at E3 just weren't ready for. Well, the security at E3 just was not prepared.
Like I
for
hear
like 100,000 people just to waltz on in and just be like, "Yo, guys, we're here."
Like I understand that Gamescom in Cologne's like the one to go for like the public, because they do the public thing, but they've also got like a separate like press thing as well. So they're like streamlined because they're German. So like everything's like streamlined perfectly. It's like this way you are the press, you've got this way, you've got these conferences.
Yeah, but they just sort of bundled everyone through the door, didn't they? Pretty much. They didn't care about the lanyard you had on.
Yeah, that's it. It's but you know, people want to go. People want to have a quick glimpse of those games. You know,
well, I mean, absolutely. I mean, I'd love to go to something like that for the atmosphere, but like standing 5 hours in line for a 30-minute demo.
You want to be there, chatting to people.
Yeah, I mean, just get a feel of it. You know, the atmosphere is probably enough to go, and you're kind of in a room surrounded by people that love the same sorts of things as you. The weird thing about E3 though is obviously it's an industry conference. It's a professional conference. You know, people go there for meetings and to do things. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's all kind of appointment based, and so it was kind of a bit weird. Like, I'm guessing it was a bit weird for whatever to have all the public just kind of waltz in, because all of a sudden, like, you know, Shuhei could walk around for the most part without security or whatever. He could just whiz meeting to meeting to meeting and meeting. Whereas like this year, obviously, with all these pundits here, like suddenly you've got to find, you know, people for fucking Shuhei and for Greg Miller and for so-and-so and for so-and-so, and all these people trying to get shit done because they're like, you know, their personalities and people want to talk to them and interact with them and have their photos taken, which is kind of a bit more like a, you know, you know, it's a different kind of. It's more like a PAX vibe than it is an E3 thing. So
I don't know. It's E3's a weird beast. It's one of those things that should have died a long time ago, but it just doesn't seem to want to die. Like, I'm glad the booth babes are gone though. Like, as a thing, because it used to be a massive thing like 10 years ago. But the booth babes were out. It's just like, oh, look at these barely clad women just showing off in front of a game title or like a bit of like a monitor thing where they're playing the game.
Yeah,
it's like there's no need for that. I get you want eyes in your game, but there's no
fan service. It's just a bit much. Yeah,
but there you go.
So what did we think? Kind of games of the show then. Kind of who?
I made a list of
let's before we jump into individual games. Let's talk about who do you think had the best overall conference as a company.
Oh God, that's an interesting one. I really liked Ubisoft's this year in terms of their output of individual games, like Beyond Good and Evil 2 and the Rayman plus Rabbids game. Honestly, XCOM Mario is a great idea.
Yeah,
I really like it so much. It's got a really good look, and the man had a little weep when Miyamoto pointed them out. Also, Miyamoto came on stage with a fucking gun. He came out with a shooter. I
love him. He's so great.
Oh God, it was so good.
I must admit, actually, I'm kind of digging the vibes of Far Cry 5 as well. Like, I kind of like where that's headed this year.
Yeah,
like it's been nice as well because we've had a bit of a break from Far Cry now, and I know that it's your sort of run of the mill kind of action and adventure sort of whatever. Like you know exactly what it's going to do, but I like the idea and the setting and the theme of it.
Yeah, I wonder how far they're going to take that though, because
you've got to be careful though, I guess.
If that's done right, if it gets taken far enough, it could be an amazing game.
Yeah,
a real good social.
Just depends on how careful Ubisoft are feeling.
I think they would play it very safe though. I think they would play it very safe. South Park looked really good as well, but that's a given. Yeah, the thing with Beyond Good and Evil 2 that got me, it wasn't the swearing in the trailer, although that does sort of go, it's a different vibe. I get that. I get why that's there. That's swearing in the trailer. It's just go a bit more mature now. So yeah, we did to excess, but you know, whatever, that's fine.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess it's more of an adult orientated title. So
and they hammer that home just with like at the excess. I don't think any way that the game is going to be that sweary.
No, I don't think so.
Like a vertical slice. Like this is probably what it's going to be like. A bit like this. That's okay. The thing that gets me is the MMO stuff. The kind of traveling around picking up crew people.
Yeah,
I'm not.
It's a bit much.
It's got me worried. But you know, Yves in charge of it. He's obviously very emotional. I've seen the tech demo of like the scan and stuff. It looks all right for now. I would like to see a proper running. This is how the game plays, though.
Yeah,
maybe in a year or two time because we've had a lot of false starts with that franchise.
Yeah,
a lot of false starts.
That's fair. I mean, they've like I've always enjoyed them from what I've played of them, like all the time. Like, I've never played one and come away from it and gone, oh, well, fucking that was awful. Like they've always just hit the spot for me. Do you know what I mean? They've just always been like fun. You know, they're exactly what I need. They're comfort food. Do you know what I mean? They're like
that's it.
They're like, oh man, I've had a crap day. Let's just bung a pizza in the oven. Like that's what they are. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Who else had a good conference? It's a big question. Nintendo did. I like Nintendo. I think their output this year was good.
I thought Nintendo's actually. I mean, for us, it'll come as a surprise to regular viewers of the show, considering how much of a shit on Nintendo. But actually, I was super duper impressed by Nintendo. Like, I'm genuinely considering, like, I mean, like, if there was one game I'd buy a Switch for, I'd actually consider buying it for Mario.
Yeah, and the Kirby game, the Yoshi game looked good.
Kirby, like, I love Kirby. Always have loved Kirby. Kirby's great. I love Yoshi. I've always loved Yoshi as well. So, like, you know, I'd pick up, you know, like, I'm not actually, cut me loose here or whatever, but I'm just not that bothered about Breath of the Wild, really. Like,
that's fine.
I don't, like...
That's absolutely fine. I'm a Zelda nerd. I love Zelda. I totally get that.
The one thing that actually really puts me off is, I love the idea of what you can do with it. The fact you can get out into the world. You can literally, like, if you can see it, you can do it, which is fucking awesome. I love that. You can do some really dumb things. Like, you know, you can attach, like, balloons onto, like, pallets of wood and
that's great.
Fly them
that's
around.
Great.
It's great. Like, I love all that stuff. But what I don't like about it is like weapon durability. That's the one thing.
I get that.
That's the one thing. Like, if you could,
as someone who complained about that, I get that.
If you turned off weapon durability, I'd be there forever.
Yeah,
I'd love it forever. But
I get that. Well, that's in there. It's a stupid reason, though. When you experiment with different weapons, but it's still rubbish, though.
Yeah, but weapon, like, you know what I mean? Like, there's weapon durability in Dark Souls. Do you know what I mean? There's a way to do it.
There's a way to fix your weapon as well.
Well, that's it. Yeah.
You can't defend your if you've got like a really nice sword that you've been using. If that breaks, that's it.
It's just stupid. It's like I get that you want me to play with different weapons, but like don't fucking shit on my choices of, you know, like I like sword and board. I'm just gonna go around until I find another sword. Do you know what I mean? I'm not gonna waste my time with all these shitty clubs that these fucking mongos keep dropping. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I will go out of my way to find a weapon that I like to use in a game, like, because that's what I think is fun. Yeah, and I always think that weapon durability kind of defeats the object of it. But, you know, whatever. But, like, I loved Mario Odyssey. Like, I loved the trailer for that. It was great. Like, so you know, jumping onto, like, dinosaurs and all these weird things.
Be a dinosaur!
Going, like, 3D and then, like, dropping into 2D and then doing, like, some classic Mario platforming, then back into 3D again. Like, yeah, sold on that. Really looking
at that trailer as well is like an earworm that I can't get rid of.
It's great. Like, I love the idea of it. Love the idea of it. Love the idea of it. We also got well, we said we got the slate for it. Was Metroid Prime 4?
Yeah, we got the
absolutely picture. Gagging for a Metroid game for years.
I can't wait.
So that's great that they're bringing Metroid back as well.
Yeah, they remembered Samus as a really major character in their canon, and it's just like,
it's such a shame that they don't do more with it though, because I mean, I just feel like we've been on this cycle of like Mario, Zelda, Mario, Zelda, Mario, Zelda, Mario, Zelda, Kirby, Mario, Zelda, Mario, Zelda, Kirby, Mario, Zelda.
I say, with the exception of Mario Odyssey, a lot of the stuff was kind of like the forgotten people. Like, you got Yoshi, you got Kirby, you got Samus.
You do get a new Kirby game every now and again, and you do get a new Yoshi game every now and again.
Yeah, it's occasional, but
like, do you know what I mean? But like, I feel like they don't utilize Samus and the Metroid franchise as much as they should. I think
this will be a big revival. I think people will buy this in their droves, and they're going to go, "Oh, okay, we'll start that up again."
Metroid is super cool.
It's a lot safer franchise to start than like Star Fox is.
Yeah, I guess. Star
Fox is a bit of a dodgy one, and that new one they put out wasn't great.
But that's the problem with it. It's not that Star Fox is a bad franchise, it's just that the last sort of Star Fox game they did, they just fucking, they gimmicked the fuck out of it with motion controls and ruined it. Like, you know, it's not that Star Fox is inherently bad. I actually personally really like Star Fox. Like, as far as like my favourite Nintendo Nintendo franchises go, actually Star Fox is right up there. Like, it's kind of like, it's like Mario, Kirby, Star Fox.
Yeah.
Like, you know, those are, you know, it's kind of top three, like, Nintendo for me. Like I said, I'm not a huge Nintendo guy, but, you know.
Yeah. What do we think of the Xbox One X, or as I've been calling it, the Kiss Hug Kiss?
The Kiss Hug Kiss, yeah.
The Kiss Hug Kiss.
So, not for that price tag.
No,
that's basically
really
where I'm at with it. Like,
that's really expensive.
Right, so here we go. So it's $500, correct? Which is about 450, 60 quid, depending on the exchange rate.
I think that's about what they're selling it for.
More or less. But to be honest, like, quite often they just take the number and then they just turn dollars into pounds, penny for penny. So it might actually end up being 500 quid.
I did put a price out for it,
but here's your monthly Josh rant.
Go for it.
Like, you've lost the generation. You're so far, but like, you know, judging on like numbers and metadata and stuff, like, you can basically say that like PlayStation is out there like some ridiculous amount, like fucking, like, it's like 5-1 or something. Do you know what I mean? Like, it is crushing the Xbox. It's breaking.
But the thing you have to remember is every time, and I mean this because the metrics back it up, every time a console maker is ahead, they get lazy, and then the others catch up because they're not quite appealing to a certain crowd.
Unless you're Microsoft. Right. And in which case, like, Microsoft had the advantage here because Sony were just getting, well, you know, Sony were just getting complacent. You could have forced Sony's hand. You could have flipped the generation there. Like, short generation, you go, fuck it, we're not winning this. These are the specs we're running with. We could
I
flip
reckon
the generation and actually have the upper hand. Whereas what they've actually done is just released a glorified PS Pro.
Yeah.
And why the fuck would I buy an Xbox Kiss Hug when I could buy a PS Pro, or I could just buy an Xbox One for half the price and just do basically the same thing?
Like, PS Pros are like $350 now.
Yeah.
And they'll get cheaper.
Yeah, and actually the specs on them are super good as well. So
yeah,
like,
they're fine for what you need them to be.
Yeah, they're literally, they do 4K gaming if that's your jam. Like, I'm not really a super tech guy, but it does 4K.
No.
Great, super good, awesome. Like,
The problem is they're not PCs.
Yeah, but
You can't appeal to like people who want high-end games and then go, well, what's the reason why wouldn't I buy a PC? And they go, yeah. Especially when all your games are on PC as well. Like Sea of Thieves looks amazing.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing.
But I can get that on PC.
Microsoft just like, do you know what I mean? They're just shooting themselves in the head because, like, you can't play Bloodborne, you can't play The Last of Us, you cannot play Uncharted, you cannot play Horizon Zero Dawn. Not on the PC. You have to buy a PlayStation. You can, however, play Gears of War on the PC.
Yeah, and you can play Halo 5 on the PC.
On the PC. Halo Wars, you can play that on the PC.
You can.
Why, if you were that interested, why not just buy it on the PC? Like,
Why not just get a PC?
Yeah, literally.
Because that's what you want.
Literally. So, like, Microsoft are also just doing themselves a massive disservice by not keeping their exclusives exclusive.
And the fact they've had to say, like, their whole conference like console exclusive all the fucking time.
Yeah. So here's the other thing.
Console launch exclusive. So what do you mean? Is it launching on the console exclusively, or is it exclusively for your console's launch?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Ambiguity
in
phrasing.
Really confusing messaging.
So, like, and the other thing as well, basically, is just like, so Microsoft showcased something like 44 games, I want to say, off the top of my head. It was like 44 games.
About that. Ballpark.
How many do you remember? 3?
I remember Crackdown and being like, there's Terry Crews.
3. It was Crackdown, it was Anthem, and it was Sea of Thieves.
Yeah.
That was it. Everything else, out of my mind. Don't care.
Like, they even put an Assassin's Creed game in their conference.
Oh shit! The Assassin's Creed game was there. I thought that was at the UB.
It was everywhere.
It was everywhere.
It was everywhere. Again, it was everywhere. You couldn't escape it.
I won't just count that for. I won't just count that in on Microsoft's. Then, to be honest, if it was everywhere anyway, like, it makes no odds where it was.
It was everywhere.
So I mean, like, the 3 that really stick out for was Crackdown 3. Love Crackdown. Crackdown's a great franchise. Be able to play that on the PC. Great. Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Anthem looks awesome. Looks like a kind of Destiny-ish lookalike.
I didn't like the fake chatter in it. It was really obvious.
They always do it when it's really painful, though. Do you remember when they did that with The Division a few years ago?
The worst bit was the lady who voiced the character also did the chatter. So it was like, is this the character talking, or is it the person? What's going on here? What's happening? So, yeah, that was. I mean, they didn't have a bad conference by any means. It's just they're trying to sell something that's not getting anywhere. PlayStation, I watched their conference at 2 a.m, and it was mercifully short.
Thank God.
Which is odd for Sony. It was like an hour long, and not much was said.
Nothing that we didn't know about, but more of the games that I wanted to see.
Like,
more God of War.
Days Gone, the zombie
Days
one. It looked a bit boring by the numbers until, like, they sprung the zombies on the guys, and I thought, oh, you can do.
You can use it as an environmental
loads of that.
That's cool.
I wanted zombies to kill other people and then be chased by those zombies because I've made bad mistakes. That's what I want to do.
I love the idea of it, though. Like,
oh yeah,
but I actually really like I just generally really like the idea of the game. Like, I think the game's cool. Like, I mean, I said this like initially, if you remember, kind of like last year, and I was like, that game looks rad.
It just needs an identity.
Yeah,
really, it needs to distinguish itself from The Last of Us.
Yeah, I think. But I think generally speaking, the tone will be different.
I think I said that as well. I think I said it needs an identity.
Yeah, you said that on the pre-3.
Yeah.
But like, I think that's going to be more kind of like action adventure anyway than it is going to be like a Last of Us kind of super duper hardcore linear story driven.
Yeah.
Like, I think, even if it kind of ends up being sort of like Dark Souls-ish, where it's got like a linear path but lots to explore. Like, it still won't be comparable to The Last of Us, because The Last of Us, like, there is one way through. Everything else is dead ends and treasure. Do you know what I mean? There is one way through The Last of Us. Whereas, like, I think there'll be multiple ways to approach, and you'll kind of end up in, like, a big sandbox with kind of, you'll end up in a big field, and you'll start kind of, like, here, and the exit will be here, and then all of this will be exploration.
Yeah.
But there'll be other ways.
Kind of what you need it to be.
Yeah, great.
Like that trailer from last year where they were like, the zombies were everywhere. There were loads of that. Would be the big gimmick. Like, there'll be loads of them.
Yeah, and they're fast as well. I love fast zombies.
Yeah, it looks like it's good. It just needs a couple of, like, little identity tweaks. We need to know who this guy is, who's playing, what his motivation and stuff like that. And it's just hard to get across in a trailer.
It'll come across. They'll do a proper teaser, they'll do a proper story trailer, kind of closer to release. There wasn't a hard date on it, was it? It's just set for like 2018 or something. Or
there wasn't a lot of hard dates knocking about out there. Like, we knew the new Uncharted comes out.
That comes out as
Christmas time.
That comes out in August, doesn't it?
Maybe. I
only know that because I've seen Twitter this afternoon.
I'd have been able to tell you if I did my proper research, but that looks fine. Like, that's more Uncharted for people who want Uncharted.
Yeah, I mean, great. Cool.
I'm not against that.
I love Uncharted. It's going to tell, like, Nadine's story.
Yeah. And I like Chloe as well. I think anything with Claudia Black in is that's a bonus from me.
Yeah.
Shadow of the Colossus. HD remaster again.
How good does that look, right?
That looks really good. A lot. It's done by Bluepoint again, who did the last remaster of it, and they've done another bang-up job on this one. So,
I mean, to be fair, I think Ico kind of learnt the lesson from The Last Guardian.
Yeah.
Like, I think, kind of just stick Shadows of the Colossus, make it HD remaster it, and just rake the money into it. Stick it on there,
because it's one of the best games ever.
Yeah,
pop it
just
on
rake your money in, get it on the next gen.
Get it there, get it back.
That's it. And then you can start work on whatever your next game is. Hopefully Shadows of the Colossus 2.
We'll see. There was a lot of stuff that wasn't announced. We'll probably get into that in a second or two. Bethesda's was a bit dry.
What did Bethesda... Oh, fucking Skyrim VR. Skyrim needs to die.
VR. They're like kind of MIDI games. They're like games that aren't quite the real game.
Well, aren't they like VR? Like, I thought that, like, you'd be
able to... They're VR experiences.
Like, either way, Skyrim needs to die.
They're not making it very clear, but from the stuff I saw of Doom being done, and like
Doom,
the way I can see kind of leading with Skyrim. Hello, Trains. Thanks for interrupting the stream.
Just Skyrim. Skyrim just keeps on coming back to the dead. Do you know what I mean? Like, you've gone. How old is that? How old is that game now?
It's got to be getting on a decade.
Yeah, it's
at least 6 years old.
Like, it's a great game. Don't get me wrong. Like, I can just see like people hurling abuse at me now. Like, Skyrim doesn't need to die. But like, don't get me wrong. I love Skyrim.
Come on, we've all played that game now.
But we've all played it to death, and you don't need it again. You don't need it again on the fucking Switch with VR.
But they wouldn't say that. We're talking about Fallout. You know what I mean? Fallout needs to die.
Yeah, but I mean, like, Fallout 4 is at least reasonably recent.
Reasonably recent, yeah.
I'm not begrudging of them releasing Elder Scrolls 6 and putting it on the Switch and scaling it back or whatever, but like,
I think every game should go on the Switch. I think it's the best.
You love the Switch, do you?
I love my Switch so much. I bought Shovel Knight on it recently. It's great.
Shovel Knight!
What else did they... well, the two games they actually announced, the two new things, were Evil Within 2, which is kind of surprising. I didn't think that game did a sequel, but I'm glad they're pushing on with it.
I've actually heard that the game was quite good, but it just didn't.
Shinji Mikami needs work, man, because that guy made Vanquish, which is amazing.
Yeah,
so he needs to keep doing his thing.
That's that weird shooter, right? Like, I've never played it.
That weird shooter. That's amazing, mate.
I've never played it. It's just I remember seeing the visual style, so it's insane.
Just a very, very quick little side stroke here. Vanquish is you are a man in a robot suit who smokes cigarettes, who goes around with a nuclear backpack on with jet boots, shooting things. It's the best.
Yeah, that sounds
It's the most platinum game.
That sounds pretty fucking rad, I ain't gonna lie to you guys.
It's so rad.
Sounds pretty fucking rad.
But yeah, so there was that, and then there was Wolfenstein 2, which looks really funny.
Wolfenstein, man. Oh my god. Wolfenstein looks jokes. Wolfenstein looks great.
Yeah, it just looks really fun.
I'm really glad that like Wolfenstein's doing really well as well. Like that's great.
It's doing really well. It's amazingly well.
And the new remastered games as well was super well received.
Yeah.
Great.
Like again, this is what I'm saying about Identity. It's got a really strong.
But that being said, actually, like those
kind of comical, but kind of like
those super linear shooters. Those super linear shooters are actually doing super well again now. Like we had Doom last year and stuff. Like we're in a good market of it, and like Bethesda now have got that track record of doing a good job on those linear shooters.
Yeah, absolutely, bang up job. So God,
I was going to make a point about something, and I totally forgot what I was going to make a point of.
This is good podcast material.
It's quality, innit, right? Yeah.
Quality. This is why you pay the big bucks.
Hang on, this is
why you get to pay for us too, when you get Rob for free.
Yeah, that's it. Rob pays us the big bucks. No, he doesn't pay
us anything. The big dollars.
He doesn't pay anything. He was just he messaged us earlier. He was like, "Yo, Josh, you got to do this on your own tonight with Naz." I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that's cool, man. That's money.
Easy.
That's money.
Easy. Like, me and Naz have most of the conversation anyway. It's fine. We love it. We love you, Rob. I'm sorry. We love you. I think it's time to switch. Images again. I'm gonna put badly Photoshop Rob on for a bit.
Yeah, pop him on.
We're gonna have to put badly Photoshop Rob back because we miss him. Hang on.
Yeah.
Badly Photoshop Rob is coming up. Once again, guys, if you haven't seen the YouTube version, please go check out Rob at youtube.com/UndeadGamer. This is episode 17 of the UndeadGamingCast. You will get to see this glorious drawing of Rob. Please note that he has a ginger beard. Even though the rest of his hair is pitch black, for some reason Rob has a really ginger beard.
Right, I'm going to talk about 3 more games, and then I'll leave it with you what we move on to next.
Yeah,
so,
let's go right ahead.
Star Wars Battlefront 2, that looked really good.
Yeah, no, Battlefront 2.
That looked really good.
See,
despite the fact that EA had the most boring conference in the world.
What do you mean? You mean sports game, Battlefront?
It was badly presented. They brought on 2 arseholes to talk about fucking FIFA. It's just like, we've tricked them all. We've got the 3rd most popular football podcast in the world. I don't care who you are. I don't even know. What is this?
Look, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about FIFA.
I don't give a fuck.
You're a PES guy anyway.
All your people in gaming pods there, all your fucking taste setters, your trend setters. It's so transparent what they were trying to do. It's like, oh, look at all these people we've invited here. Aren't we so good? No, they're just playtesting your game for free. Get out. But no, Battlefront 2 did look really fun.
Battlefront 2, like I was listening to like once again another podcast I was listening to. I was like kind of funny Game Over Great.
Even them podcasts.
I love them. So like basically, I get my headphones. I'm allowed headphones at work because I do like one of the most boring jobs imaginable. And one of the benefits to stop me walking out the door is that I'm allowed headphones, and so I literally just listen to podcasts all day.
Or we're gonna stop room. I just get away with it because I just don't give a fuck.
All day, every day.
All day, every day.
And so, like, but I was listening to the actress who's going to be the main character in Battlefront 2, and she seems like, she seems great for the role. Like, she seems really fun, and she seems super passionate.
She was good on stage.
Yeah, she seems super passionate about the role, which is cool. So, like, it's always nice, like, and hopefully, like, her passion shines through in the performance as well.
Yeah,
but
like, she seems to understand how important Star Wars is, regardless of what medium it's in.
I can't remember the comparison that somebody made, but like, we're just kind of hoping that it's the. But I mean, like, I guess it happened actually originally with Battlefront 1. It's like Battlefront 1 was like fine.
Yeah,
like the original Battlefront 1 was like fine, and then Battlefront 2 was just like incredible, and I'm hoping that they can replicate that.
Yeah, that should be right.
So, like, all the campaigns and the additional
features. The game that showed off the things they're promising look hot. They look ready to go.
The fact that you get to play as Darth Maul is always a plus.
Yeah, that's always a good one. The one good thing out of the first episode is that you got Darth Maul.
Excuse me, Jar Jar Binks.
That one there, like the bad smell that it is.
Excuse me.
So, secondly, I want to talk about Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Spider-Man is real cool.
No, Spider-Man looked really, really good.
Like,
really
and
good.
so I've just seen this thing. It's like, you know, where it's like showed you the trailer of like him like web swinging around. Apparently, that's all actually based on like physics and momentum. It's not like you remember like
you can see it when he's going through the air shooting webs off, like
he
it's
actually hits
buildings.
Yeah, like
and it's all about momentum and it's
looks great.
It's Batman basically. You are Batman with webs.
That's great. Do you reckon it'll have like if it's got Arkham combat as well? That game will just be top notch.
Yeah, that's all it needs to be, really.
It doesn't
it's
need
like,
much.
Why would Spider-Man ever get hit? He's got spider sense.
That's
the premise of the game. It's the same with Batman. Why would Batman ever get hit?
He's like a black belt in 9 different martial arts.
Yeah,
True story.
That's it. So yeah, as a Spider-Man fan,
I forgot. Yeah, you're the resident Spider-Man fan.
I love Spider-Man.
Yeah, I like Spidey too. I'm not super into like Marvel stuff, but Spidey and Guardians really catch my attention. So
yeah,
I'm glad that Spidey's.
The last thing I want to talk about, and it's just for me, the XCOM 2 DLC. I like the look of it. I like XCOM 2.
I've not played XCOM 2. I played XCOM 1. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, XCOM 2's like same, but like
more of the same.
More of the same, but like tweaked enough that it all feels fresh again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So kind of like what are we expecting from this DLC then? Because I missed this.
Basically, what I've understood from it is that like there's like a top level bunch of aliens coming down, like on top of the other aliens that you've got. There's like a big rebellion going on. It's gonna do for XCOM 2 what Enemy Within did for XCOM 1.
Sure.
It's going to bring in enough gameplay tweaks that's going to like combat the old tactics. So the big thing in XCOM 1 was that you just bang 2 snipers at the back with squad sight so they could see everybody. So long as one of your squad far at the field could see another guy,
yeah, you could
your
always
sniper could get him. Just bang, got him. And the way these switched that around in Enemy Within was they got these new aliens that could just like teleport about basically and get them at the back, so you could never leave your snipers like on their own anymore because they were vulnerable. And so like there was stuff with mutagens and things like that, and there's a bit of mutagen stuff in the new DLC they're doing for XCOM 2 as well. So it's just a load of gameplay tweaks and stuff like that will freshen that game up and make it feel like a brand new game all over again.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm into it.
It looks cool though.
Yeah.
What do we want to sort of talk about? My notable things that we've missed.
Yeah. Absolutely. I think you want to talk a little bit about Horizon's DLC.
Absolutely. Horizon's DLC made my dick move.
It was really good.
Oh my god, it looks so good. I mean, to be fair, as somebody who's platinumed the game, who spent like 50 hours playing it within about 2 weeks of it launching.
So you'll know more about the game than me. So at what point in the story will this kind of take place? What kind of things are you expecting to occur in this? What kind of lore bits do you think are going to happen?
I don't know, like, because I mean, it looks like it's set somewhere a little bit different because it's more like snow.
In the more northern area.
So I think it's kind of headed north. If I'm honest, I haven't actually fully watched the trailer. Like, I've seen little snippets, but I'm trying to keep it as spoiler free as I can, which is exactly what I did with Horizon.
I understand that.
I'm trying to be like super pure with it because like I love the base game so much. I don't want to give anything away. So I mean, if you want to give me a quick synopsis of the trailer, I might be able to slot it in as to actually kind of where in the game it takes place. But
I just remember a lot of snow and talk about the north and stuff.
I mean, to be honest, like it might just take place immediately after the events of the.
I was thinking that's probably what's gonna, because I understand.
Because like you kind of deal with the overarching threat in the first game, and then there's like
I understand there's like the scope open at the end of the first game. For expansion.
Yeah, so what happens is that you kill the big bad.
Yeah.
And then like you like in the cutscene basically like a kind of plot twist happens that you could kind of almost see coming, but like a plot twist happens and then like you're just like, I kind of knew you were a bit of an arsehole, to be honest.
Yeah, but sometimes the predictable things.
But like it was kind of not, because I think I still think my reaction was, "Oh, you bastard." Like, but it was, it was clever how it was done. But so so I think it probably will take place like immediately afterwards, because like at the end of the game you're sort of like the bits that are kind of involved with Aloy kind of involve you sort of like going and finding like who your parents are and stuff. So like maybe it'll kind of touch a little bit more upon that and kind of what she does after she sort of discovers like where our parents are from and that sort of thing. And then it'll probably give us some new dungeons and some like cauldron.
It's
you know, probably just more of the same, and then a few new missions kind of pertaining to a sequel. If I'm honest, they're kind of halfway house between, like, you know, almost like a 1.5, kind of continuing the main story on. But if you guys haven't played Horizon, fucking go out and play it. I fucking love that game. It's my game of the year.
Yeah,
absolutely my game of the year.
Completely understand that. Completely understand. It looks amazing.
Adore it. It's a great game. If you've not played it, go ahead and play it. Adore it. Life is Strange 2. We haven't talked about that. Yeah, we missed Life is Strange 2. I believe we missed that.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to playing the the little prequel as well.
I was going to say, it's a prequel, yeah. So
there's a prequel and a sequel.
So they're doing like 2 or are they doing?
So they're doing a 3-parter now.
Sure. Is that the
and then they're doing a Life is Strange 2. I'm kind of hoping they do like all new characters.
What with Life is Strange 2?
Yeah, maybe switch up the style, but I wouldn't be against like the indie film style kicking in again. I wouldn't be against that, but I do want fresh characters now. But I don't like revisiting like Chloe and all like before like Rachel went missing and stuff like that. I think that would be interesting.
Yeah, because I was about to say the plot of it is like it's one of them that they're a gay couple, aren't they? And like one of them goes missing, they try to like find each other.
That's heavily implied, yeah. That
is. It's just implied. So I've got it. I just haven't played it yet because I just haven't got around to playing it. It's in my pile of shame. I've heard it's amazing, but it's all like timey-wimey and stuff, isn't it?
Really good. One of my games of that year.
So
no, it might have been the year Undertale came out.
Yeah, it was the year that it was the year that it was the year that
that boy, aka Undertale. Undertale's the boy. That's coming out on PlayStation 4, by the way. So people should pick that up because it's great.
Yeah, I've not played Undertale either.
It's really good.
I think I've got a code for it. You know, I think it was in my Humble Bundle.
Yeah. If you started getting it at the start of this year, you'd have definitely picked it up.
Maybe not then. I didn't get it at the start of this year. I missed a few. I think I started picking it up from... Ooh, man, there was a game I really wanted to play, and it was from the month they did Total War, Warhammer.
Well, you might have got it.
Maybe. I'll have to look through it.
It's only in the past couple of months.
I'll have to go and look through my codes, but I think I do have it. I could have sworn I did.
Yeah. Nice. It's an amazing game. It's an amazing game.
Yeah, and I think that's pretty much
all
I wanted to touch sides on.
There was God of War, and that looked fine.
God of War, I mean, like, you know, it's nice to see a fresh take on God of War, being that he's...
Yeah.
You know, like, I'm super into my Vikings. Like me and Rob both love Vikings and stuff. Like, the trailer for that, like, you get to see, like, Jormungandr and stuff, which is kind of interesting. Yeah. I presume it's Jormungandr because it's like a big, huge serpent. Sea serpent. So, but
there was a couple of things, but I think that's about it.
Has it actually kind of explained how a Greek God of War ended up in Viking mythology?
They will do, I imagine they will do. I imagine it's just a case of I killed everything, and now I just want to be quiet for a bit.
It looks super good though. Like,
yeah, really good.
And it looks a little bit more palatable to play as well.
A bit Dark Souls in combat.
Yeah, but I mean, like
how Assassin's Creed's doing their combat.
I don't think it's always not been like kind of like un-Dark Soulsy in the way that it plays, like in terms of like minions and bosses and kind of like, you know, sort of how you combo your weapons and stuff. But like, the thing that was weird to me about God of War was the camera.
Yeah,
I always found the camera super jarring. Like, I got God of War 3 with my PlayStation. I think I played it once, and I was like, because the camera just put me off too much. But that was kind of before I got into sort of like these kind of hack and slash kind of boss centric games. So maybe I need to give it another fair shake. I don't know.
Maybe
I'll have another go. Maybe.
Possibly. But, see how you feel.
So yeah, we're kind of we're looking forward to God of War then.
It should be fine. I'm not a big God of War guy, but this might be the one that I play in the same way I played Resident Evil. Before I played any of the Resident Evils.
What, Resident Evil 7? Was that, sorry? Did you say Resident Evil 7 or?
Oh, no, 4. 4. I would.
4 was the first one.
7 would give me a heart attack.
4 was the first one I played as well, actually. 4 was
it'd be that kind of thing for the God of War franchise. It'd be like, okay, so it's a bit more my style.
7 at the moment. Yeah. Okay. Right. Well, I think that's kind of it. So, I think Naz was asking for some questions on Twitter. about kind of like what people might want to know from us, kind of our thoughts and feels and stuff on specific issues. People in the chat, if you've also got questions, now's the time to ask them. So Naz, do you want to pull up that tweet that we had earlier that was a question? Because I can't quite remember what it was.
Yeah, we'll just get on the old Twitter machine.
Get on the old Twitter machine there.
Twitter machine? It came from I am Provocateur, Dreyer. Thanks for your question, by the way. And it was, if you could choose one reveal that you didn't see at E3 to magically appear, what would it be?
Bloodborne 2.
Right.
Bloodborne 2.
We didn't have a discussion about this because I knew you'd say that.
Bloodborne 2.
Right. That was my instant thought in my head.
Bloodborne 2. I'm just going to give a
game. And then I kind of remembered, like, that I don't want it to turn into Assassin's Creed. I don't want it to be serialized. So I don't mind that didn't turn up.
Yeah, but I mean, it's from, like, you know, they've managed, they've managed 3 brilliant Dark Souls games.
Absolutely, but I don't want to get to the point of, like, being exhausted by the series. I don't want to be going, oh, it's another one. There's another one out now.
I don't want to be exhausted by it, but also, like, it's been out long enough now. I think it's been out a couple of years. Like, I think it's time.
Well, it's only last year that Dark Souls 3 came out.
Oh, yeah, Dark Souls 3, I guess. But like,
you've had a Blood Souls game every year for the past couple of years,
which is not a bad thing, I guess. I'm not too mad about it.
Like, I'm say, take a year out. Like, it's like you want it now. Clearly, you're only going to get more anticipation from that. So, like, to wait another year for it and then have it come up at E3 again. I'd see it like running. It'd be amazing. You'd be like, yeah, now's the time.
I just love that. I just love that concept of the entire game. The kind of like, is it dream? Is it reality? Kind of like the hunter's dream and how fucked up the church is, and kind of what it means to be a hunter and all that sort of stuff. And I'd like to see a couple of things like tweaked and changed.
Yeah. Personally, what would I have liked? Because there's stuff for that same reason, but I'm glad it didn't turn like Final Fantasy VII Remake. I'm glad that it's out there now because people can stop whinging on about it.
Yeah. I'll probably play that, to be fair, though, the Final Fantasy Remake.
But I'm glad that didn't turn up because it was never going to, because it looks like it's a bit of a mess production-wise at the minute. So I'm glad it didn't turn up. Kingdom Hearts 3, that came before E3. There was like a trailer of that.
Yeah.
That looks good, solid. You know, it'll be confusing as ever. Death Stranding, I guess, would kind of be the one. And I like seeing gameplay.
But the thing is that we know about Death Stranding. Do you know what I mean? Like, so it's not. That's like I took that question to mean as like a game that doesn't necessarily exist yet.
Oh right, I see.
So I mean, like, so I would say Bloodborne 2 doesn't technically exist yet. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was heavy speculation, but it doesn't technically exist. Like, and that was
doesn't technically exist yet, and the minds of the eye. Well, I guess
I like that little internal pun there, by the way, Naz. I don't know whether that was intentional or not, but it was quite good.
What would I conjure? I guess I conjure up a new Atlas RPG, like a Persona-like game.
Yeah, like another Persona.
I'm still thinking about it.
Would you like to see them take? Would you like to see Atlas take it in a different direction, like rather than do Persona 6, or would you like to see something different from them?
I'd like to see another Persona.
Okay.
I like because I love that balance between like going to the monsters world and just dossing about in school. Maybe do like college or university. Maybe have it be like a more adult version of Persona. I think that could be quite good. Sort of challenging those extra challenges and stuff like that.
I still need to play
also make it a bit darker again, perhaps.
They could probably push the boat out with how dark it is, to be honest. Like, I think, like, generally speaking, audiences are more and more accepting of darker games now as well, which is good.
Yeah, that's it. That's it, really. We've moved on from the days of Crash Bandicoot.
Or have we? Because that came out this week.
That did come out this week, and it's hard. Like they've unified one jump mechanic, from what I've understood, and so that makes the first game really hard because you have to build momentum for jumps rather than just jump immediately moving to whatever direction you need to.
I'm surprised they didn't do like a toggle for it, so it was like classic mode.
That would involve work, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, they put the work in to unify the jump mechanic, so I don't understand
why
they didn't just like.
No. I'm just taking a shot at you, Activision, for no good reason.
Oh, well, you know. Got to get it in occasionally, right?
Yeah, gotta get digging.
Right, so I got a question from chat. Damsel in Stress. Not necessarily an E3 question. Damsel in Stress is one of my mods. She wants to know our favourite games of all time.
Oh, I'm going to let you pitch this one first.
So I've kind of got a bit of a list. Like,
Yeah, I think we all do.
Like, I think the thing is like loving so many games across so many years and kind of falling in love with them. I think my favourite game of all time is Mass Effect 2.
Oh, that's a good choice.
That's a fucking great game.
That's a good choice.
Fucking great game. There was such a sense of urgency, such a brilliant story. It was just.
But you could also like take your time with it.
Awesome, and yeah,
that great balance and like all the elements of that game work so well together. Like you could do the hacking mini games in there, miss from the new games. There's the shooting, which is not quite there yet, not as good as 3, but good enough.
Yeah, but it's good enough. It's perfectly serviceable.
The character's incredibly well rounded. Like doing all of Archangel's missions and like watching his
Archangel's reveal is the fucking best moment in video games ever.
Just amazing reveal
so
as well
good.
for those fans. It was fan servicey, but it never excluded anybody either.
But it wasn't like fan servicey in a bad way either. It was just like, because you go through the entire mission just going, there's this fucking badass mercenary sniper called Archangel. You go through, and you go through, and you go through, and you go through, and then you find him, and then right at the end, he's got his helmet on. He takes his helmet off, and you go, "Oh my god, it's Garrus! Yes,
it's Garrus! It's the boy!
It's the homie!"
My mentee.
Garrus was my favorite character in the first game as well, so that was always good. And I also really like is it Thane, the assassin?
Thane's dope. Thane is so
dope.
Cool.
He's super sick. He just absolutely wrecks everybody in the first cutscene you see him in as well. Like all these people come for him, and he's just like, "Nah, dead." And then like you get him back onto the ship, and then he's just like, "Yeah, I'm terminally ill, I'm dying," and you're just like, "Oh no!"
No.
It's great. Like it's just, I don't know, that game just tugs the heartstrings in the right way, and you can go through and like, I don't actually like the character of Jack, but like her quest is actually.
Oh, I really like Jack.
I didn't like Jack at all, but like I always liked her quest. Her quest was cool. You know, and like the idea that you have to get everybody loyal to then.
Yeah, like
them through
there's
the quest
like a
at the
big
end.
diagram on the internet. The internet. There's a big diagram that shows you exactly how the suicide mission will go, depending on what you do with
and who you send to do what job.
If you send to do this, what's going to happen here? Who you send to do that? And if you've spent time with these characters, you already know it.
I was about to say, it's not difficult though, because like, you know, you send Legion to do the hacking. You tell Jack to rip the door off the thing because she's a biotic.
Or you send like Tali to do that, or you send Mara.
Yeah, you don't send the wrong character. You know what I mean? Like if you've just got
that
half a
all
brain.
comes from spending time with the characters, and all spends. The more time you spend with them and learn about them and learn what they're good at, what their motivations are, what they are like as individuals. Like particularly when it comes to like leading a second team, like knowing who's got those leadership skills to unite teams under this banner. This is like. That's what like really nails it. Just sort of being able to bring all the elements together, those characters, and then just go bum 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 bum. Oh, brilliant! Everybody survived because I spent enough time with them, did all the side quests. That's the real reward. That you spend enough time, but you get the emotional investment, and like you also get the payoff of like seeing them all survive because you spent all those hours with them. It's the perfect kind of squad simulator game, I guess.
Yeah, it's great. I love that game. It's awesome.
Really good.
So my other ones are like, I think actually Dark Souls 3 has really crept up that list super duper quickly.
I was going to say Bloodborne. What is one of mine?
Yeah, it's a great game.
I love Bloodborne.
I love it.
I love it as an encompassed thing as well. I love it as like it is. I don't want a sequel to it. I wouldn't mind like a spiritual successor, like Bloodborne was to Dark Souls. But the story in that game is so encompassed and complete, particularly with the Old Hunters DLC. Like, it's so complete and so perfect, but it needs not be expanded upon. And I feel the same about The Last of Us as well. Like, that story's really great, and it lives in its own bubble. I don't mind
I'm not necessarily
doing the stuff. I've come round to it, but that story in The Last of Us is just... it feels complete to me.
Yeah. I mean, that's my other one. My other game is The Last of Us, because I mean, like, I've never seen a more perfect game in terms of story driven. It made me cry. It made me laugh. Like, Ellie is in fact my favourite fictional character of all time. I fucking adore Ellie. Ellie is just amazing. Like, she's really well fleshed out. She's really, really funny. I love like that relationship that she has with Joel, and how she grows, and how she makes Joel grow, and like how she comes with him, and like, I don't know, just something about that game. It's just absolutely. She's just like my favourite fictional character in a game. Like, I love her.
I'm not sure whether I want to throw this one on the list because it's very, very recent. Well, two of ones I think are very, very recent. But Persona 5 and the Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild, like
a revelation to me, like in terms of RPGs, like the traditional JRPG. It felt like a revelation.
Yeah,
because I haven't played any of them up to that point, and to play that, be involved in that kind of game that was so welcoming and so encouraging, but also like appealed to my sense of, okay, I've got all these characters. I want to speak to them.
What do I do with them?
What about? Who are you? What are you about? What's your character like? What's your personality? What do you want? What do you want from me? How can I help you? And there's so much of that going on. So much of that reminds me a load of the games I like the Mass Effect to the Final Fantasy games, all those character-driven games. It seems to weave it all together and just make a really solid package.
Yeah, just kind of knits it all together nicely. One package.
Yeah.
That's great.
And with Breath of the Wild, it's just a masterclass in design.
Yeah. I was about to say, the thing that strikes me about Breath of the Wild, I mean, we've kind of had this conversation earlier, but like, if you can see it, you can touch it. That, to me...
And it's not just that, it's the fact that you can see something and the game wants you... Like, there could be a tall pillar, and it could be inconsequential. But because it's designed a certain way, and it's placed in the landscape in a certain way, you look at it and think, I bet if I climb that, there'll be something up there. I'm going to climb that, because I bet there'll be something up there. And you'll get up there, and you'll be like, cool, there was someone up here. I've been vindicated. And that's a little challenge done for the day. And there's a lot of that. Like, you come out in the opening area, and you'll see to your right, there's like a ruined building. You're like, well, what's over there? I'll have a look. Just going to
go and have a look, yeah.
I'm going to get my eye in. I know I've got a quest to do over there. I'm going to get my eye in, though. And you go over there, and it's the Temple of Time from, like, Ocarina. Like, that was cool. That's amazing.
So does it actually tie, like, other Zelda worlds into the game, then? Did I miss that? Is that something
there's, like, little references here and there. But it's like a Zelda world, but so far removed. It's a bit like Wind Waker.
Sure.
Like, it's all legend now. Like, the Hero of Time and things like that. It's all kind of, like, legend. And it's just like... Okay, so there's a bit like this, and there's a bit like that. I think it sits somewhere officially in the Zelda canon, somewhere with Wind Waker's kind of like that timeline, because there's like 2 or 3 timelines in Zelda, like Phantom Hourglass and stuff like that, like the Chibi Link stuff. And it's got like a timeline, and like Twilight Princess got a timeline, Ocarina.
Yeah, and it just kind of pieces together. But then, like, I kind of like that stuff for like when it does that in games, because I think like I mean, obviously, like, Dark Souls 3 is kind of a direct sequel to Dark Souls 1, but then there's some little, like, nice little throwbacks here and there. So, like... Yeah. So, like, you know, there's your giant friend on the top of, like, the thing, and he's kind of not necessarily explicitly related to a character from Dark Souls 1, but it's a throwback there. Yeah. I help anytime. Like, I love that guy. That guy's hilarious.
God. So good.
And, you know, like, obviously, like, Andre in the Shrine, who's the Shrine's blacksmith, is a throwback to the first game where Andre is obviously the blacksmith there as well. And, like, do you know what I mean? Little things.
The Onion Knight. Is it a different Onion Knight?
Siegfried and Sigmund, isn't it, or something?
And all these characters, like, come back. Like, there's... You
get the emote for Praise the Sun, which, like, later on... Which
Have you been to the nest on top of the Farlink Shrine?
Yeah, like Pumperung.
There's an item you can drop in there, and you get like an armor thing that references Solaire.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I forget what the item is. You can Google it though. But yeah, you can drop stuff in that nest, and it'll give you stuff.
I've done a bit of it. Like I picked some super nice items out of it as well. But
yeah, but like there's one you pop in, and
actually gives you
it's the Sigbrow. It's the Sigbrow you get.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you get the Sigbrow from Onion Knight.
Yeah, just after the Demon Knight fight.
And you drop that in, and you get the armor of Solaire.
Oh, awesome! Really? That's great.
That's something to check out on your second playthrough.
I'll do that. I'll pick that up on my...
Because it's dead in yours.
See, the sad thing is my other character's actually a magician. I haven't got like a warrior playthrough at the moment. I've got my rogue, and I've got my... And I was like... Because I never play Wizwazzes, like, ever. Everybody who watches me, like, knows I'll never play... I just never play... I just never play a Wizwaz. Like,
Yeah.
I just don't really enjoy magic and stuff. Like, it's really funny. Like, my LARP character like exists in a world which is full of magic, and he just doesn't believe in magic, which is a fucking hilarious conversation to have with somebody.
But you can always respec anyway if you find the right covenant.
Well, that's it. But I mean, that's another thing. Like, like all those little hidden bits and pieces. Like those little talk about the throwbacks. Like, there's the Forest Covenant in the first one, but there's also the Wolves of Farron or whatever they're called.
Oh yeah, which is a
kind of a covenant that just exists in one place.
Yeah, but they are also a reference to God, who is he? He's the friend of Great Wolf. Sith.
Yeah, Sil. Farron. No, not Farron. Arturus.
Arturus, and like because he was like the first guy to fight the. This is a very Dark Souls heavy episode.
Yes, yeah, well, I mean, what do you expect? You've got two big fans of Dark Souls. So.
Big Dark Souls fans. Like I said, we'll have to get together.
Arturus like got lost in the abyss, and then like Sil found him or something, and then it's also
and these guys are just dedicated to their memory, and like a lot of the item descriptions are like based on unreliable narrators. Like history is defined by the victor, so a lot of things are like, okay, that's not how I remember it in the original Dark Souls. But that's how history has vindicated that person. Like the Armor of Solaire, again, going back to that. Like, he's not even named because, like, he's just forgotten. Just legend has forgotten him. If you check out the description, just like a knight of, like, the Warriors of Sunlight.
Yeah. And there's if you go, like, another... Like, we'll tap out in a second. I'm sure Rob's going mental watching the...
Why are you talking so much about that?
Talking about so much after the main topic. But it's if you go.
It's really good, boys.
Yeah, it's great. So like, if you go to like where like Dragon Knight armor is, there's like a drop where the other there's two wyverns like on the thing. If you drop down and like deal with the other wyvern and stuff, there's a mimic, and if you kill the mimic there, he drops Solaire's sword.
Yeah.
So like, and that kind of hints at stuff to do with Solaire as well. So I always like games with a little bit of throwback, kind of going back to the Zelda point. So it's nice that there's like those little tiny throwbacks here and there.
Yeah, little tiny throwbacks here and there, but there's nothing in there that's like, oh, this is what drives the narrative now. This old reference drives the narrative. It's more like locations to be named after certain people.
Yeah,
or there'd be like stuff like that. It's very subtle stuff, but again, it all comes back to the design of that game. It all comes back to the fact that that design is so brilliant and perfect. Like, it's the new Dark Souls for me. Like, people will be making stuff based off of that game for years, and we'll talk about stuff like, this is a bit like Breath of the Wild in this kind of instance, or it's like a bit like that in that kind of instance.
Okay.
But yeah, it's amazing. Right. Amazing Breath of the Wild.
So I'm ready to wrap up now. I think that's a good place to do it, because we've sort of exhausted our main topics and we've kind of gone on a bit of a tangent answering user questions. But, at the end of the day, like, we're sort of hosting, and we wanted to do something a little bit different now that Rob is here, but he's not here because
Rob is here in spirit.
Yeah, Rob's here in spirit.
It's in our hearts.
He's also badly photoshopped tonight. So guys,
like a warrior sunlight, he's with us in spirit.
So, I would like to thank my co-host, Mr. Naz Dragonheart. Where can we find you, sir?
You can find me on the Twitter machine at Naz_Dragonheart. Or sometimes I do some streaming on Twitch, twitch.tv/talk_play.
Because you're awkward like that and your stuff is different. Your name's
My stuff is different, yes. I am the only one who is different. Josh, pump them out with your...
Yes, I have been your host for the evening. I am SingularityJosh. You can find me at SingularityJosh. I am also a part-time varieties broadcaster on Twitch. You can find me there at twitch.tv/SingularityJosh. If you're not already watching, drop me a follow. I play lots of Dark Souls and all that sort of stuff as well. All that good stuff. I'm playing Alien Isolation at the minute as well, so it just kind of depends on what I fancy playing, really.
Yeah, thanks everybody for joining us this evening.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out, guys.
Really
it's been super great. I'd just like to also put in a plug for Rob, because Rob will go back through and edit this visit. Rob is actually the Undead Gamer. You can find him on Twitter at the Undead Gamer, which is without the E, because for some reason he does that. You can also find him on YouTube /the Undead Gamer. And on twitch.tv /the Undead Gamer as well, and Facebook as well, and Instagram, all the things, all the socials. Go find Rob. He's awesome. Hopefully he'll have some time. Hopefully he'll watch. He'll be with us next time, and if not, it'll just be me and Naz again. Nah, fine, because me and Naz are fucking awesome. So, guys, thank you very much for watching. This will be up on YouTube and iTunes when Rob sorts it out, but I don't know when that is. I'll pass the VOD on to him soon. And until then, guys, thank you and good night.
Good night.